talk about a video today. The topic is why I believe in love, but not people. Of course, this is going to be one of those situations where people are going to ask a lot of questions or have questions. So I'm going to start off by saying, what is love? And what is love should be the first thing to be defined if I'm trying to explain why I believe in love but not people. And the truth is, what most people don't understand is that love is communication, understanding, and action. An example would be if I'm the type of person to leave my clothes on the floor and I'm living with somebody and they always say, or they say, hey, Chaz, I don't like that you leave the clothes on the floor. It makes it harder for me to clean up or do my work at the house or maintain a good clean house, a good balanced house. Can you please put your clothes in the dirty clothes hamper or the washer? That's communication, right? She communicated her feelings and thoughts towards me to let me know how she felt. She didn't attack me. She just expressed from her point of view how she feels. So it made me understand her better. Now I did the understanding, right? So transitioning into understanding. Understanding is pretty much listening to what she said and taking that into account. And then the action part of that is to pick up my clothes and put them in the washer or the dirty clothes hamper. By doing that, that action that situation has been resolved. And as long as I maintain that, she's always going to be happy about that. So when I say what is love, I'm stating that love is communication, understanding, and action. Think about it, okay? Now, this part might be a little bit disagreeable, but strongly what I believe, my opinion or fact. Depends who's listening. Love is a skill and an emotion, right? So love is a skill and emotion. Let's think about that for a moment. Love has been created. Love is created. You can create love. Take a moment to think about the person you're attracted to or in love with, right? Think about those things for a second. I assure you it's because of the environment or culture. Environment or culture. Let's use culture. Culture is the people you see everywhere around you, your close community, right? They may look like you, or it's your certain person that was raised in a certain demographic area, and you're more attracted to those people because you feel that you have more of a connection with them, which is also culture, right? So culture is this thing that you've been used to, you bred up in, you grew up in, and understand. So you have the environment and the culture. There's also the aspect of what you see on TV, right? You see that on TV, you see these kind of people in power, and you're more attracted to them because you think that dating one of them indicates that you're in a better position, higher quality. And the flip side could go the same, where it's people that are not looked at as that, right? So what happens is you get in that position where you're attracted based on environment and culture. Now on the second aspect of that is, it's what do they provide, right? So the two are feelings, and the second one is need or dependency, right? Dependability, excuse me, not dependency. Feeling would be the situation of, you know, I send you a card. You're my girlfriend and I send you a card every day. Or every day I come home and, you know, I give you a flower, a rose, a single rose. You know, just tell you I miss you and was thinking about you. Those things are important because it makes you feel good, right? You get in that habit. You've been conditioned, right, in a way to like that, and that creates that feeling of attraction, that feeling of, oh, this person, how they make me feel. I'm telling you, think about it. Think about the person you like or love, and I assure you, you're gonna be like, they make me feel happy. They make me feel good. You don't really date somebody that doesn't make you feel happy. And so there's that one. And then the need of dependability is where, same thing, maybe I'm tired, I came home, and I'm like, hey, can you just take care of the kitchen for me? I know it's my day to do the dishes, but can you handle that for me? I'm just too tired today. And they're like, yeah, totally. You're like, dang, I feel good about that, right? It goes back to feeling. So you can't have one without the other. If I tell you every day you're beautiful, but that's all I do, nothing else, no dependability, no action, then what happens is you will eventually just not be interested anymore. And then on the flip side of that is the dependability. If I buy you things all the time, but I never tell you you're beautiful, I never, show you how I care through words as well, I've lost you. Somebody's got to do that. It doesn't matter if I buy you the most amazing dress. If I don't even tell you you look beautiful in it, it wouldn't even matter. So the two go hand in hand. You think you're dating a guy for money, right? But he treats you like crap, buys you everything, but cheats on you and doesn't appreciate you, doesn't compliment you. How do you feel about that? So what we tend to do is we tend to attract to people that give us this instantaneous feeling, but it doesn't really equate to anything long term, right? So when going into the factors of, if you think about a different situation where, why is it we love our children, but they give us nothing? But in actuality, they give us unconditional love. They make us feel happy to be home, happy to see them, right? All those great things that come with that, right? On the flip side, what do we give them? The dependability, right? We give them love too, and affection and all that stuff, but we also are gaps ahead of them, right? Where they can always learn from us, and there's so much more they can gain from us. So we're constantly keeping them interested in us because we're in this position. And I think a lot of parents misunderstand that power, not power as in control, but power they have, where the child is like, I'm coming to you. And as long as they can come to you for information, advice, they'll always come to you. And we tend to lose that when I always try to suggest to parents to sit down and do the homework. If their child has homework, do some work next to them. You're encouraging them to do their homework. If they have a question about math and you don't know, learn. Stay ahead of the game. And they will always come to you. The moment you can't answer their questions, they'll go to somebody else. And that dynamic plays out everywhere. So, to go back to how is love a skill and an emotion? Well, let's define skills. A skill is the ability to use one's knowledge effectively and readily in execution or performance. And then you define emotion. Emotion is a reward, a feeling or a reward system, or both, actually. So a good example would be, so let me explain the skill and emotion in one example. If, for example, there's a woman that I'm attracted to and I have time on my side and she doesn't know who I am, maybe, what I can do is send one rose to her each day, write a little poem, and then put a number on there, one number. And each one is another number, a different number. And those numbers may add up to my phone number, right? And she gets excited by that. It's not an anonymous person. It is, but it isn't, right? She can reach the point. I can tell her my name from Jump Street. I can say those things, but what I'm doing is creating the excitement along the way, right? It's always exciting. You're doing something that you're building this excitement in there, right? Even in the book, Atomic Habits, it says combine what you need to do with what you want to do, right? Try to combine the two. So, if you want, then you need to buy some flowers in essence, right? So you're building that up. And the reason why that's important is because for skill, the skill is you're understanding the person you're attracted to. You're trying to find what attracts her back to you. Maybe she doesn't notice you yet, so you have to call for that attention. So the flowers, now you're bringing that out. Oh, you're bringing the excitement, the energy, the amusement, all of those things, all those feelings, right? You're setting off dopamine. This is what a lot of apps use when they're trying to attract their customers and keep their customers on the app, right? If you stop attracting your customer, the customer will leave and go somewhere else. So you have to keep creating those things. I read somewhere that potato chip companies create each chip to be unique and different so that every crunch or every bite is different. Every potato chip is different, so you get a different excitement throughout the process that keeps you going in deeper into the bag. Most are like that. Some are flavors, right? So it depends on what the situation is. So in a relationship, it's the same exact thing. Constantly adding skill and emotion. Now let me tell you something. To answer back to the original statement, why I believe in love and not people. Because we don't treat our desired persons like customers. A business knows their customer better than a wife knows her husband. And that's the problem. We don't treat each other like customers. The relationship is business. And the person we're dating is a customer. And guess what the product is they're buying? They're buying love, affection, and attention. Love, affection, attention. You gotta sell those products. When you're selling that product, they're gonna keep buying it. That's what you gotta sell. That's what we wanna buy too. So when you're understanding why I believe in love but not people, is because people usually do selfish things. They only care about themselves. Most, not all, most get into relationships because they're lonely, because they want children, because, but it's never for the person they're with. I want to be with this person. I want to make this person happy, right? It's not a destination, it's a journey. And the destination just doesn't exist, right? It's the start. When you get that person, then you have started that race, right? You have to constantly compete. You're competing for each other's time. So don't forget the importance and value in a relationship and why love is important. And you want to be a believable person, then you have to start investing in the other person, right? Sell them their product, treat them as a customer, because that's just a fact. We are hooked by our products. We're not hooked by the people we're with, unless they constantly provide us things. Sometimes you may have to step outside the realm of what you're used to. Well, I only date this type of people and this type of people, but you may find out the one you're looking for is outside of that circle. So sometimes we have to leave the comfort zone to find our way back to what we want to be. But that's all I have to say on that, and I hope you appreciate the video.